If you're like me, you're always on the lookout for that next great game, the one that will totally immerse you, keep you up late into the night, and make you want to tell everyone about it. Well, today's your lucky day, because I'm bringing you 15 simply perfect games that you absolutely must experience. These aren't just games, they're full-blown experiences that will leave a lasting impression for a long time. Let's kick things off with The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. This game is a modern classic, and for good reason. You step into the boots of Geralt of Rivia, a grizzled monster hunter navigating a war-torn world filled with complex characters and moral ambiguity. What makes The Witcher 3 stand out isn't just its vast open world, though that's impressive in its own right. It's the depth of the storytelling. Every decision you make can have lasting consequences, affecting the world and the people around you. And it's not just the main quest that's packed with intrigue. The side quests are rich with lore, surprising twists, and moral dilemmas that often blur the line between right and wrong. The combat is satisfying too, with a mix of swordplay, magic, and alchemy that keeps things fresh throughout the game's lengthy campaign. If you're looking for a game that will keep you hooked for dozens of hours, The Witcher 3 is a no-brainer. Next up, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. A game that redefines what open-world exploration can be. From the moment you step out of the cave at the start, the world of Hyrule is yours to explore in any way you choose. There's a real sense of freedom here. See a mountain in the distance? You can climb it. Curious about a strange-looking structure? Go check it out. The game doesn't just encourage exploration, it rewards it. Whether you're discovering hidden shrines, solving puzzles, or engaging in combat with a variety of enemies, there's always something new around every corner. The world feels alive, and the physics-based gameplay allows for creative problem-solving that's truly unique to each player's experience. Plus, the story, while minimalist, is deeply engaging, drawing you into Link's quest to save Princess Zelda and defeat the ancient evil, Calamity Ganon. If you want to get lost in a game, Breath of the Wild is the perfect escape. Red Dead Redemption 2 Windsate Cells is a masterpiece in storytelling and immersion. Set in the dying days of the Wild West, you play as Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang. The game's world is one of the most detailed and realistic ever created. Every interaction feels meaningful, from engaging in a gunfight to having a chat with a fellow gang member around the campfire. The story is both epic and intimate, exploring themes of loyalty, survival, and the cost of the outlaw lifestyle. But what really sets Red Dead Redemption 2 apart is the world itself. The attention to detail is staggering. Everything from the dynamic weather to the way characters react to your actions contributes to a sense of immersion that few games can match. Whether you're hunting for the perfect pelt, robbing a train, or just taking in the scenery, there's always something to do, and it's all done with a level of polish that's rarely seen. God of War isn't just a reboot, it's a complete reimagining of a beloved series. Kratos, once defined by his rage and quest for vengeance, is now a father, struggling to guide his son, Atreus, while battling his own inner demons. Set in the world of Norse mythology, the game combines intense, visceral combat with a deeply personal story about fatherhood, loss, and redemption. The one-shot camera technique, which never cuts away from the action, makes everything feel immediate and personal, drawing you into every battle and every quiet moment between father and son. The combat system is complex and rewarding, with a mix of powerful weapons, abilities, and strategies that keep each encounter exciting. And then there's the world itself, full of hidden secrets, challenging puzzles, and epic boss battles. God of War is more than just an action game. It's a narrative-driven experience that stays with you long after you've put down the controller. The Last of Us Part 2 is a game that pushes boundaries, both in terms of storytelling and emotional impact. This isn't just a game, it's an experience that challenges your expectations and makes you question your own moral compass. You continue the story of Ellie, who's now older and hardened by the harsh realities of the world around her. The narrative is complex, weaving together themes of revenge, trauma, and the cycle of violence in a way that's both unsettling and thought-provoking. What makes The Last of Us Part 2 stand out is its ability to make you empathize with characters, even when their actions are questionable. The gameplay is equally intense, with brutal combat, stealth mechanics, and a world that feels lived in and real. The level of detail in the environments, the realistic animations, and the haunting soundtrack all contribute to an atmosphere that's immersive and often overwhelming. This is a game that demands your attention and doesn't let go. Hollow Knight is a shining example of what indie games can achieve. This 2D action-adventure game is set in the eerie underground world of Hallownest, where you play as a small, silent knight, exploring a labyrinthine world full of secrets and danger. The game's hand-drawn art style is both beautiful and haunting, creating an atmosphere that's both lonely and captivating. But don't be fooled by the charming visuals. Hollow Knight is a challenging game that demands precision and patience. The combat is tight and rewarding, with a variety of abilities and upgrades that keep things interesting. Exploration is a key part of the experience, with a vast world that slowly reveals its secrets as you gain new powers and defeat challenging bosses. The sense of discovery is palpable, and the game's lore, which is revealed through environmental storytelling and cryptic NPCs, adds a layer of depth that keeps you engaged. If you're looking for a game that's both beautiful and challenging, Hollow Knight is a must-play. Persona 5 Royal is the definitive version of a game that was already a masterpiece. This stylish JRPG blends everyday high school life with a dark, fantastical world where you battle the corrupted desires of adults. You play as a high school student by day and a phantom thief by night, diving into the cognitive worlds of corrupt individuals to change their hearts. The game's style is off the charts, with a vibrant color scheme, an infectious jazz-inspired soundtrack, and some of the coolest menus you'll ever see in a game. But Persona 5 Waltz isn't just about looks, it's got substance too. The turn-based combat is fast-paced and strategic, rewarding you for exploiting enemy weaknesses and planning your moves carefully. The social simulation aspect, where you build relationships with other characters, is just as important, adding depth to the story and giving you tangible benefits in combat. Persona 5 Royal adds even more content to the base game, including new characters, storylines, and a third semester that delves deeper into the story. It's a game that's bursting with personality and heart, and it's one you won't want to miss. Dark Souls III is a game that demands your respect. Known for its punishing difficulty, it's the kind of game that doesn't just challenge your skills, it challenges your patience and determination. But for those who rise to the occasion, Dark Souls III offers one of the most rewarding experiences in gaming. You play as the Ashen One, an undead warrior on a quest to rekindle the first flame and prevent the world from falling into darkness. The game's world is dark, twisted, and full of mystery, with a story that's told through cryptic dialogue, environmental clues, and item descriptions. The combat is tight and precise, requiring you to learn the patterns of your enemies and strike at the right moment. The bosses are legendary for their difficulty, each one offering a unique challenge that will test your skills to the limit. But it's not just about the challenge. Dark Souls 3 is also about exploration. The world is interconnected, with hidden paths, shortcuts, and secrets waiting to be discovered. If you're up for a challenge and want to experience a game that's both tough and rewarding, Dark Souls 3 is for you. Hades took the gaming world by storm when it was released in 2020, and it's easy to see why. This roguelike dungeon crawler combines fast-paced combat with a deep, engaging story that unfolds as you play. You take on the role of Zagreus, the son of Hades, as he attempts to escape the underworld. The combat is fluid and satisfying, with a variety of weapons and abilities that let you tailor your playstyle. But what really sets Hades apart is its narrative. Unlike most roguelikes where death is just a reset, Hades uses death as a storytelling device. Every time you die, you're sent back to the House of Hades, where you can interact with a cast of richly developed characters. These interactions are more than just flavor, they're a key part of the game's story, revealing more about the world and Zagreus' quest with each run. The game's art and music are top-notch, creating an atmosphere that's both vibrant and haunting, and with a difficulty curve that's challenging but fair. Hades is a game that keeps you coming back for more. Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world samurai epic set in feudal Japan. You play as Jin Sakai, one of the last samurai on Tsushima Island, who must abandon his code of honor to fight against the Mongol invasion. The game's world is stunning, with landscapes that look like they're straight out of a painting, and the combat system is equally impressive. You can choose to fight with honor, facing your enemies head-on in duels and standoffs, or embrace the way of the ghost, using stealth and deception to defeat your enemies. The story is a compelling exploration of the conflict between tradition and necessity, and the characters you meet along the way add depth and emotional weight to the narrative. The game also offers a Kurosawa mode, a black and white filter that pays homage to the classic samurai films of Akira Kurosawa. If you're a fan of open-world games, samurai films, or just beautifully crafted experiences, Ghost of Tsushima is a must-play. Super Mario Odyssey is pure joy in video game form. Released in 2017 for the Nintendo Switch, it takes everything you love about Mario games and cranks it up to 11. You travel across a variety of worlds, each one bursting with creativity and charm, collecting power moons to power your ship and rescue Princess Peach from Bowser's latest scheme. The game's core mechanic, where you use Mario's hat, Cappy, to possess enemies and objects, is incredibly fun and opens up a ton of gameplay possibilities. The controls are tight, the platforming is spot on, and the level design is some of the best in the series. Super Mario Odyssey is a game that's constantly surprising you, whether it's with a clever puzzle, a hidden secret, or a nod to Mario's storied past. If you own a Switch, this is a game you need to play. Half-Life: Alyx is a game changer for virtual reality. Released in 2020, it's not just a return to the beloved Half-Life series after more than a decade, but also a showcase of what VR can truly do. You play as Alyx Vance, a resistance fighter battling the alien Combine in a world filled with oppressive environments and terrifying enemies. What makes Alyx stand out is how it uses VR to immerse you fully in its world. Every object you interact with, every door you open, and every enemy you face feels tactile and real. The game's physics-based puzzles and intense gunfights are more engaging than ever when experienced in VR. And the story, full of the series' trademark intrigue and suspense, adds depth and context to the Half-Life universe. Even if you're not typically into VR, Half-Life: Alyx is a must-play for its groundbreaking approach to storytelling and gameplay. Skyrim isn't just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon. Released in 2011, this open-world RPG allows you to explore the vast, rugged lands of Skyrim, a place filled with dragons, ancient ruins, and countless quests. What makes Skyrim so beloved is its sense of freedom. You can be whoever you want, whether that's a heroic dragon slayer, a stealthy assassin, or a mage mastering the arcane arts. The game's world is rich with lore, and every corner is packed with secrets, from hidden caves to mysterious artifacts. Skyrim is also endlessly replayable thanks to its robust modding community, which has kept the game alive with new content for over a decade. Whether you're playing for the first time or the 100th, Skyrim remains an essential experience for any gamer. The Last Guardian is a game that tugs at your heartstrings. Developed by the creators of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, it tells the story of a young boy and his giant feathered companion, Trico. The game is essentially a puzzle platformer, where you work together with Trico to navigate a mysterious, crumbling world. But what really makes The Last Guardian special is the bond you form with Trico. The creature is incredibly lifelike, with behaviors and emotions that make it feel more like a real animal than a digital companion. The game's emotional narrative and stunning art direction create a deeply moving experience that stays with you long after the credits roll. If you appreciate games that focus on storytelling and emotional depth, The Last Guardian is a must-play. Stardew Valley is the perfect game for when you need a break from all the intense, action-packed titles out there. This farming simulator, developed by a single person, Eric Barone, lets you escape to a peaceful rural town where you can farm, fish, mine, and build relationships with the locals. What makes Stardew Valley so addictive is its simple, yet rewarding gameplay loop. Each day brings new tasks and opportunities, whether it's planting crops, raising animals, or exploring the mysterious caves nearby. The game also offers a surprising amount of depth, with rich character interactions, seasonal events, and even the option to start a family. Stardew Valley is a game that's all about taking things at your own pace, making it the perfect way to unwind and relax while still offering plenty to do.